I was fortunate enough to grow up in an area in North Dallas, Northeast Dallas, that just had a plethora of not nationwide, but world-class athletes coming out of the area. When you talk about the likes of track and field great Michael Johnson, basketball great Larry Johnson with the Knicks, Brian Bosworth. It goes on and on. The number of great athletes that during our time frame in our formative years that we were competing against. And it instills in you a drive that you better show what you have quickly. We've carried that little chip on our shoulder ever since.
You know, Martin, obviously Yogi mentioned your playing resume. We should also mention that you have a master's degree from Stanford. You spent, several years in the NFL league office, and most recently you spent the last 4 years with Conference USC. So you've, kind of had your foray into the college world. I just want to ask you, what do you want to tell the football players in this conference? Think about that first meeting that you get to be in front of them and talk to some of them. What do you want to tell them about yourself and what you want to bring to this role?
Well, the number one job, I believe, for any football operations executive, regardless of what conference you're at, we want to provide equity. We want to provide a best-in-class experience for our student athletes. We want to show that we're being innovative in how we go about protecting our student athletes. I think the charge, certainly from Commissioner Scott, and certainly the football 80s, as I like to call them, the A group led by Arizona State VP of Athletics Ray Anderson, made it very plain to me that it was vitally important that our Pac-12 athletes understand that they are the absolute creme de la creme. We're going to treat them as such. We're going to treat them certainly as ambassadors for life of the Pac-12. How do you do that? You make sure they have a best-in-class experience. You make sure officiating is top shelf. You make sure that the same game that's being played in Los Angeles is being played in Oregon. You make sure that every operational piece is as consistent as possible. We look forward to implementing that. You make sure from an officiating standpoint that you see your community. We want to make sure we're the most diverse officiating group amongst certainly the Power Five for sure. These are things that can be done. These are things that, quite frankly, we will strive to do. We want to make sure that we are the preeminent conference when it comes to making our athletes feel that they've experienced an exemplary experience on the collegiate level.